Ecclesiastes 3 we've looked at the past couple mornings here, and Ecclesiastes 3 says, "For everything there's a season and a time for every matter under heaven." Everything there's a season. So we've talked about the fact that seasons change and seasons pass, and we talked about the importance of recognizing the season we're in and responding to that season. And right now in our nation, we're in a difficult season. But that's a season that's going to pass. And so we want to prepare now for the coming season. And so just want to think about some of the different seasons we have in our calendar: the fall, the winter, the spring, the summer. Now let's think about the winter season for a minute. You know, what's the purpose of winter season? How does a farmer use well the winter season? You know, winter seasons are perhaps the most wasted of seasons. Winter's a time to clean away the dead. It's a time to prune the clutter to make room for new growth. And it's a time to prepare the ground for the spring. So winter is a time to really prepare things for the growth that's going to come. If a farmer doesn't prepare the soil and clear away the dead, and even prune the things that are healthy but are taking up space that a better could have, it won't have the room in the spring and the summer growth for a full harvest in the fall. And I wonder right now if some of us, there's some things in our lives we need to move away. They're dead. They're no longer producing in our lives. Maybe it's a relationship. Maybe it's some habits, some practices that you've picked up on. And maybe they once were beneficial. Maybe they once were helpful, but they're not anymore. And yet you've kept them in your life. Maybe there's some things that aren't bad, but you need to prune them away to make room for something more. See, I think one of the problems we have is that we have so overcrowded our lives that nothing can grow to its full potential. See, I can only have so many really close relationships in my life. And sometimes we have all these so-so relationships, and that keeps us from developing a few great relationships. The same with our skills and the same with our opportunities. There are only so much room in your life. You have so much time. You have so much energy. You have so much resources. And maybe right now, as things have slowed down a little bit, God's giving you an opportunity to evaluate your life, to look at your life and say, what do you want your life to be? What do you want your life to become? What do you want your marriage to look like? What kind of relationship do you want to have with your children? What kind of friendships do you want to have? What kind of skills do you want to develop? And maybe to do those things, you're going to have to look at some other things and say, you know what? I'm going to have to get that out of my life. I'm going to have to remove those dead branches or prune those healthy branches or move some rocks that are in the field of my life to make room for growth in the spring season. And maybe right now, I just do encourage you, evaluate your life. Look and see what's going on in your life right now that needs to be moved away to make room for new opportunities and better develop the things in your life right now. As it says in Ecclesiastes, there's a time to cast away and there is a time to gather. There is a time to cut down. There is a time to plant. And right now, there may be a time in your life to cut down some things, a time to cast away some things to prepare for the next season of your life.